The number one question I get from my hardworking small business clients is, how can I save on my tax bill? I mean, what gives? And so I usually ask back in return, well, what are you willing to give in order to get? You see, ladies and gents, it is a tale, an old tale of spend $1 to get $1. Stay tuned and I'll tell you more. Welcome to Core Biz UTV, where we help entrepreneurs go from hustle to biz. I am Amber, one of your hosts, not your average accountant and tax expert, enrolled agent, whatever. It is late, yet near another tax deadline. So let's get to it. But before we do, be sure to hit subscribe. So this evening or early morning, depending on what time zone you're in, I'm going to tell you 5 ways, not 3, 5 ways to lower your tax bill and what you'll have to do in order to get it. So you have to give in order to get. That is right. Very little in the tax game comes free. However, these 5 things involve investing in you. And in no particular order, here we go. Number 1, give to charity. And I mean cash. And to ensure that it is a gift that continues to keep on giving, a recommendation is to find a qualified charity that is close to your heart, that represents your core values. Most people, it's their church. I'm not telling you one way or another. However, make sure that it is very dear to your heart and core values. And then the second part is to make sure that you can actually deduct it. And I say that because some of the small businesses that I have worked with and those who are working with a tax professional may have found out, depending on the type of structure, the business structure or the tax structure of their business, there is no federal tax benefit on the business side for charitable giving. However, there may be some on your individual side. So, at minimum, and before I go there, let's not talk about advertising. That is a slippery slope that we will get into at a later time. Okay, so at minimum for 2020, you will be able to deduct $300. Okay, and that is if you don't itemize. However, if you are one that does itemize, my recommendation is to connect with your tax professional and start that planning to make sure that every dollar counts. Yes, we want this to not only be very close to our heart, but we want it to make financial sense. Number 2, retirement. Now, by a show of hands, how many of you that are, my side hustlers, my side businesses, my entrepreneurs actually have a retirement plan that is beyond Social Security and rental properties? Anyone? Believe it or not, I see a lot of entrepreneurs come past my desk that have not even considered a retirement plan or how putting money away for the retirement plan now can actually help them. I'm not going to go into a deep dive on the types of retirement accounts because it can get complex. But the message to take from here is to establish one. Why? Well, we're in a time of COVID and you just never know what's going to happen. But more importantly, it is another investment in you that carries an immediate tax benefit. So if you have dollars in your pocket that are just burning in your pocket for you to go ahead and spend it somewhere, I say get connected with a financial advisor and one that is very familiar with tax strategy, or one that works with a tax professional like myself, and that they work together on tax strategy along with retirement, and have that conversation. It'll pay for itself, trust me. So, if you don't want to pay the IRS, but you have this money that you're burning to spend, again, go and look into a retirement plan. Okay, so my number 3. You ready for it? Hire someone. Yes. Beyond your 1099 folk, hire someone. Get yourself an employee. If you have money that is available and you need someone to be your right-hand person, invest in an employee. You would not believe how many entrepreneurs, small business owners that come to our office and they are afraid of gaining an employee. It is one of the most efficient ways, if you do it right. It is one of the most financial advantageous thing to do in order to scale your business. It is another one of those things that just keeps on giving. Everything that you spend on this employee is tax deductible, and you're going to spend the money somewhere anyway. And also, unless the 1099 person is like an outsourced professional, like your attorney, your accountant, your financial advisor, your any one of those type of consultants. It and again, I understand that it is industry. It depends on your industry. However, if you can hire an employee, I would suggest that you do that. The return on investment is so much greater than having people who are contracting as a 1099 person. Now, do I recommend that you go out and just hire an employee, or come back and say, well, Amber, you said hire an employee. Yes, I did. However, I do believe that part of this process, you need to connect with either an HR professional or an accountant that has a lot of knowledge on human capital to plan that out. With everything, there has to be at least a considerable amount of planning. I don't recommend that you do anything willy-nilly. This is all about investing in yourself and making sure that every investment comes with another benefit. A benefit, a feel-good benefit, and also a tax financial benefit. If you're picking up on a theme here, it is to spend $1 and get $1. The key is allocating that spend to where it gives you not only the dollar, but also an internal job well done. Okay, so number 4, I gotta stop myself from keep getting up because I get so excited. Okay. Number 4, and I'm almost afraid to state it because this is not for everyone, okay? My heart is like pitter patter. Okay, so number 4, start or buy a business, right? Now, before you boo me or shut this off, give me a second. This is not for everyone. This is mainly for my hustlers, my side hustlers who say, hey, I have a business. And these are like your MLM people. I wrote down a whole list, 1 second. Yes, your MLMs and basically your hobbyist. Yeah. So it is my personal opinion, you don't have a business. And I am almost at the point, and I know I'm going to get beat up. I know that I'm going to get beat up. I don't even know if you have really a side hustle. I look at it as you have a hobby. And the reason why I say that is because most of the people who fall into that category really do want a business. But it's the way that they have been trained to operate is to spend. You're buying products, you are spending on travel, you're going to all this rah, cheer. And, the question comes up, is there really an intent to earn money, right? Because in order to have a business, you have to earn money. You have to want to be profitable. And how are you going to get there? So that's why I say to actually start a business. Okay. So let's talk about a mind shift moment. And I have to read this. Okay. So my questions for you is, are you making money? And are you spending money simply to create a loss? Now, if your answer goes something like, no, but yes, I say, again, you don't have a business and you run a huge risk of having a tax liability later on down the line. Why I say that is because hobby or a business that has really no financial intent to become profitable, the IRS looks at it like a hobby. And as of 2019, I think 2018, I should know this, right? But 2018, you can't even deduct your expenses onto your income. You just have to report income. Okay? So, can you turn an MLM over to a business? I'm sure you can. I don't know if the model in of itself actually prepares for that, but I do know a couple people, actually a handful of people who are doing extremely well, utilizing it as a tool to, for their business, right? It becomes a tool versus the end of it. So again, because I had to write that down because it was a lot and I was getting kind of excited. So in the end, there may be more advantageous ways to allocate your funds and your time, and so that you have a business, that is recognized by the IRS, so that in later years, everything that you chose to deduct will actually be deductible, like you can defend it, right? So for the sake of time, I'm going to say stay tuned, because in later videos I will expand on that, because really it is a hot topic and it is a very controversial one, especially within my family, because I have a lot of people who are in the MLM model. I say it doesn't work. They say it does work. Tomato, who knows? But at any rate, in the meantime, until we're able to get there, my suggestion is to connect with a trusted advisor, to sit down and go through, your business model, because that is an actual service, to evaluate your business model, what it is that you are doing, and how you can turn it around to where it is profitable, right? And so you can take all of these other things that will lower your tax bill and apply it to that. So I'm going to leave that right where I left it. Okay, so after all of that, number 5. And I feel like I'm at this point where I'm backpedaling and like doing disclaimers, because the fear of number 4 is still with me. But number 5 is to go to school or brush up on your craft. Now, before, again, you're going to say, well, Amber said that I can go and get my MBA. I say, hold on a minute, okay? Because there are a few things that you need to take into consideration. One, again, as always, is whether or not you can actually deduct it, okay? And again, I'm not going to get into all of that today. I will get into some of that later. But in the meantime, you can connect with a tax professional to see if it is something that you can deduct, right? The other part of it is that, the rule of thumb for education, continued education, etc., is that it has to be a legal necessity. for you to stay in business and or improve your work skills and abilities. Now, this can include and is not limited to continuing education for those of us who have certifications, seminars, and college curriculum. This option, as I said before, just like any other, requires proper planning to make sure that you can receive the full benefit. Now, I know Sal was going to wait, but I do want to just put a caveat here, is that there is a general idea, or someone had put this idea out there in the interwebs, that if you spend it and you have a loss, that you can deduct it in the year that the loss happened. And depending on your business tax structure, your business structure, that may not be the case for you. So it is, and I'm not even biased. I just know, and I'm going to need you to take my word for it. I just know that in order for tax strategy to work for you, you have to do some planning. And that planning means that you are meeting with your tax professional at minimum twice a year. And that at minimum twice a year does not consist of coming to them in December with a box of receipts and then connecting with them right before your tax return is done. There's nothing that anybody could do for you with that, So that is not planning. It is not. So that's it. I'll see you all on Tuesday with some more from your not average accountant. I'm probably sounding like an average accountant, but trust me, I am not your average accountant. If you like this content, or you found it beneficial, you found it inspiring and moving, do me a favor, click the like, and also, if you didn't do it already, hit subscribe. I thank you very much for joining us tonight, this morning, afternoon, whenever it is that you're watching. As always, our main goal is to be there so that you can thrive. And in the meantime, be safe. Talk to you soon.